Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Last time, we cured Mario of his bean fever just in time for the princess to get kidnapped successfully. Couldn't have gotten him back on his feet 1 second earlier. Nope, story of our lives. In addition to that, we found out that Cackletta now has possessed the body of Bowser. In this powerful form, she has given us the ultimatum to go and find the 4 pieces of the Beanstar that have fallen around the Bean Kingdom. This time, we're setting out for Teehee Valley once more in search of that first piece of the Beanstar. But before we go, here in Bean Castle, I wanted to draw attention to something. You see this kind of generic gradient-like wallpaper? It's not wallpaper at all. You can walk right through here. Yeah, there's a bit of a garden back here in Bean Castle. Some NPCs around town mention this place existing, but there's nothing here. There's nobody to talk to, no items to be found, nothing. It's just kind of here. It's a little bit strange that they would dedicate time to making some place like this, and truthfully, I kind of struggled with finding a good place to really talk about it because it's just so out of place, but yeah, that's kind of why I hadn't shown it until now. I did want to draw attention to it because it's something that you could very easily gloss over, and I remember as a kid just kind of assuming that was part of the wall, or that it was the wall, so therefore there wasn't really anything there for me, but no. When I was older and I played this again, I found that and was really surprised by it, and I was like really trying to find a purpose for it, but yeah, there's not really anything there for us. Strange. So, now that we're in town, how about we make some preparations? I could technically go into Star Beans and brew some more coffees, because I have quite a few beans, but considering that I just talked about, you know, being overpowered, not being under my control last episode, that'd be a little bit hypocritical, so I think I'll hold off for a bit longer. Besides, I can't even brew the last coffee that I need to brew right now. I need 10 Who Beans, for that I only have 2. So, let's check out the equipment shop. As after you've returned from Little Fungi Town, in the way of hot fashions, we have 3 new items. The street jeans for Luigi give a much higher defense, but I'm not sure I want to give up the wool trousers with that HP auto gain, because that is a really nice status to have. The Tropic Slacks are sunny slacks made from tropical beans. Maybe heat beans? That's really all I can think of that would be fitting the bill for tropical because they're kind of bright. But I don't want these stats. I wouldn't want to give up having equipment statuses either because these have none. And then the Hermetic Pants, sealed pants that are tough to change. So we're making Mario wear tight pants at the risk of being poisoned. Unfortunate implications, I have to say. I don't want any of these pieces of equipment. They might be good for you, but just compared to the wool trousers and the shroom bells, I don't really think I need it. I guess maybe I could go for the poison dodge on Mario because we are going to be meeting enemies that have poison stats in the near future. Well, at the cost of 5 defense, it might be worth having, so sure. I don't have much else to really spend my money on at this point, so I will go for that. In flashy badges, 3 new badges. Power Badge has increased counterattack damage. The Wonder Badge has an increased chance of doing lucky attacks, and the Beauty Badge, well, true to its name, it looks nice. It has no secondary status whatsoever. It only increases stats. I think I'm gonna get the Wonder Badge here, just because I think I should give that to Mario. I know I'm taking a hit in the way of BP, and some might argue that the Bros Rock Badge is better, but I think I will get this, because Mario is, well, do I want to give it to Mario or Luigi? This is tough, though, because that Mush Badge, like I've said, can be really good. You know, I think I'll do a little bit of refrigerator shuffle. I'm gonna buy this Wonder Badge, and I'm gonna give it to Luigi. And then I'm gonna take the Mush Badge? Mush Badge, yes. The Mush Badge that was on Luigi and give it to Mario, and then start doing some tests with that, because we haven't really gotten to use Mario in a while. I was wanting to do some tests with some badges with him, and you know, we haven't really had a chance to fight as a team for a while because Mario just had to hog that Invincible room all to himself. Couldn't have given Luigi a bite. Then again, I think we'd be really screwed because that ruins that had the cure in it was powered by Thunderballs. But we'll ignore that. Want to go to the item shop once again, as terrifying as an experience as it may be, because we have some new items here as well. There's the Ultra Nuts, which are true to their name in being Ultra Nuts. 100 HP to each bro for 108 coins. Why would you ever need to buy this? You know how much HP I have, and it's nowhere near close to this. Even as a kid, when I was focusing entirely on HP when I leveled up because I didn't know you could up any other stat, I didn't need this much. It's crazy how much that restores. It is not worth the money in the slightest. We then have the Ultra Syrup, which is even more, are you serious? 100 BP. Who has 100 max BP? Really? Like, I don't think I've ever finished the game with 100 max BP, and that's when I focus on bros points. Like, those items are so unnecessary, and I feel like this would be a good time to bring this up. Remember how I told you that this is one of the unique cases in gaming, or I guess not unique, because that means it'd be only one though, but one of the few cases in gaming where the North American version came first and the Japanese version came later? Well, when this game was released elsewhere outside of North America, they changed what a lot of items did. They nerfed a lot of recovery items because they just recovered too much. They weren't necessary. I think they made some of them cheaper in stores as well by nerfing their effects. So, yeah, kind of a little interesting bit of trivia. Now, you might notice that I'm kind of leaving town in the opposite direction of Teehee Valley. Well, even though I've done some pretty idiotic things in my day, I do have a good reason for this one. I want to use Swing Bros on this swarm. Advanced Swing Bros to be precise, because something interesting will happen when I do that. Now, while we're doing this, I want to hold A a little bit longer than I have in the past. As you can see, they're rotating faster and faster and faster. If you're able to pull up the attack, which I just flopped around like a fish instead, you will do more damage, but it's a bit harder to pull off. I hadn't mentioned it up to this point because I don't generally do it because I'm pretty bad at getting the timing right for some reason. I don't know if they make it harder. I didn't counterattack there on purpose because I really want to show this in this battle. Okay, so let's try this again. Maybe I'll be able to do the better command for it. Spin around, spin around, spin around. Reticle is big, let it go, boom! Jump and twirl! That gave me an Ultra Shroom. A successful item steal against a swarm will always yield that. This is why I suggested you don't buy any Ultra Shrooms in Little Fungi Town, and why I've just been generally advising against buying health recovery items in this video. Getting an Ultra Shroom, that's 120 HP of recovery for free by fighting a weak enemy that you can easily find outside of the game's hub town. Are you serious? It doesn't get much better than that. That is amazing. And that's not all. Remember that Ultra Shrooms count as mushroom items, meaning that they make those mush badges even more powerful with each new one that you get. Yeah. And while I don't want to get too grind happy with things, I think I will kill a few more swarms to get some Ultra Shrooms. Not too many, and besides, their experience is pretty inconsequential, so I don't really have to worry about that much. Let's just do it. I decided to fight a couple more swarms just to get a few more Ultra Shrooms, and in the process, Mario got a level up against fighting some weak enemies that barely gave him any experience. I guess I'm just lucky. I think I might up his speed a little bit. Or a lot of bit. I got a +5, wow. With that all done, we are back in town. When you saw me leaving Bean Bean Castle Town, did you think I was gonna walk to Teehee Valley like some kind of lowly peasant? Oh no, oh no. I was diligent. I did not listen to marketing mumbo jumbo. And I got that green pipe in Little Fungi Town on my first visit thanks to it. We're just gonna warp right there. Here we are, back in Happy Little Fungi Town. I almost said Happy Little Fungi Town. I guess little is in its name, so you wouldn't be wrong when saying that, but it does sound really redundant. I want to stop off at the arcade. Wow, this guy is pretending like Mario never got poisoned in the first place. Oh, I see, you are out of stock. So, you never had the Invincible Shrooms on you, they just mysteriously went missing. Yeah, so he's saying that if we get a super high score, he'll give us a free bean instead. How about we try playing a game of Nintendo and just kind of seeing what's up with that? And that means, of course, we get to see Gino again! I'm sorry, it's just, when you've been a Super Mario RPG fan for a very long time, you just can't help but have those outbursts whenever you see Gino in an official Nintendo game anymore. I would say these outbursts happen every time you see him not in Super Mario RPG, but that... let's be real here. 478. It might not be world record material or anything, but I'm pretty darn happy with it, so I think I'm gonna stop playing. So let's say no to Gino. I am so sorry. But on a brighter note, we scored 478 points. That means we get 478 He Beans, right? Right? No, we don't. But for our troubles, just playing a quick round of Nintendo, I was able to get, whoa, 8 He Beans. Yeah, this is by far the most lucrative place to get He Beans. If you just want to stay here and grind He Beans for a little while, and, like, by all means, you really should do that. I don't mean to make it sound bad when I use the word grinding. You really, really should dedicate your time to this. I mean, beyond just this being super lucrative in the way of getting He-Beans, and beyond getting to just, like, fanboy over Gino every time that you see him, those are reasons enough to come here already, but this is a fun game. Like, I know it's only played with 2 buttons and it's really basic in concept though, but I have a lot of fun playing this one. Like, out of all the mini games, this is one that I can just kind of mindlessly just kind of turn my brain off for a little while and just play for, I don't know, a good 30 minutes or so. I like it that much, and it's games like this that really give a lot of variety to Superstar Saga in particular. It's great. I like this minigame just so much, and the fact that this is the minigame that gives you so many He-Beans, yeah, you bet I'm happy about that. I don't know why that one lonely mushroom that didn't get on there just kind of made me laugh. Yeah, so we didn't break our high score, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Even for a run like that, where I had kind of a subpar score based on how I did before, I still got 7 He-Beans out of that. That takes, what, 4 rounds of border jump to get that much? Yeah, screw that crap. Even though I could dawdle there for a little bit and just grind up He-Beans for playing a game that I personally really enjoy playing, I'm not gonna do that. After 2 rounds, I think I'm good. How about we set up for Teehee Valley, and I will meet you guys over by the entrance to said valley. Oh, wow, as soon as we entered Teehee Valley, I spy a new enemy. How about we get into a fight with it? Kinda strange that it's all the way out here, but, we'll try it. Well, Gritty Goomba, how about we hit you with Mario's hammer? That's 40 damage on a Gritty Goomba. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. And Luigi, try your Thunder Hand, because we all know light works on darkness, right? Or apparently light heals darkness. That makes a lot of sense. This guy's just kind of shooting beams at you. Turn into Luigi right there. It's just the height and the overall shape that you're gonna use to distinguish that. How about we try using Swing Bros on you? See, maybe I can steal an item. Let's see. Boom! Whoa, Anubu jeans! Okay, some enemies have equipment that can be stolen in that way, or just gotten from them, like, normally, but, like, I didn't remember them having a piece of equipment. Something just told me, hey, they have something good, use that on them, and apparently my memory is even better than I remember it being. Well, let's check those out, see how good that is, or how bad it is as it might be. The Anubu jeans are only for Luigi. They're oh, never mind, they're not a poison judge. They give you first strike. That makes it so that no matter what, when you get into a battle with an enemy, you always get to go first. And for a defense buff, that might be worth having, I suppose. I'll try it out. It'd be kind of a waste to not try that out after I went to the trouble of getting it. On the way back, as I was testing out my equipment like I said I was going to, Luigi also got a level up. Level 25. Defense is looking nice. HP's looking nice. BP as well. Let's go for power. Got a 4, 81. So, I went ahead and tested my equipment off screen as not to waste your time with that, and I want to show you what my inventory is looking like. That's how many mushrooms I currently have. Not a ton by any means, but hey, that's kind of sad when having 32 regular mushrooms is not a ton with how many free ones this game throws at you, but that aside, I decided to test this out on Mario. I gave him the Lucky Bros badge, as that gives the most power of any badge I have available to me right now. I tried attacking with that, and then under the exact same circumstances against the same enemy, I tried using the Mush badge. That Shroom 4 status, this, you know, without having all that many mushrooms, the difference was only 1 damage, as in, despite having 6 fewer power, the Mush badge was only 1 damage weaker when I tested it out against those Gritty Goombas. So, even now, that item is able to rival my best equipment in terms of raw stats. That is how crazy those things can be. So, over here in Teehee Valley, we cannot break this black rock yet, unfortunately, but what I think we can do is, yes, there is a Chuckle Bean hidden right there. One of those invisible Chuckle Beans, one of the ones that doesn't give its location away so obviously. Not like this one, the one that is more so obvious that I'm doing spin jumps over it because I selected the wrong icon. No, that is what I wanted to show. So there are hidden items here in Teehee Valley. We didn't get to see any of them last time, but I, for one, am glad to be back here in the land of amazing flute music. Oh, it's so nice. And I've been praising the soundtrack to this game a fair amount up to this point, I would say, but you know what I haven't been praising? Or, it sounded like I said what I have been praising. What I haven't been praising is the fact that there's a lot of musical diversity. For the Game Boy Advance being a game system that was kind of categorized by having a lot of whiny trumpet music because that was a really easy instrument to do with the limitations of the sound card in the system. Not to mention the fact that it came from it's based on a generation of systems, the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, that were kind of categorized by the same thing, or I guess at least the Genesis was, but yeah. The fact that there is so much musical diversity in this game, you have some like really deep, kind of epic sounding songs, then you have music like this that's all flute-like. You don't really have a lot of music kind of sharing the same instrument types, which you hear a lot of big Game Boy Advance games like Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire being criticized for that very thing. Not so here. I gotta really praise Yoko Shimomura for composing such great tracks and so much diversity. And not only that, but Beanstar! That was enough to distract me. Shiny things are good, of course. But just the fact that whoever the sound engineer for this game was did such a good job just making it all sound so good despite the limitations they had to work under, and I have to give them props for that. Now, let's go up here, let's collect our Beanstar piece. Or not. Whoa, is this the thing that fell from the sky and crashed into the hatch with a big ol' thud? It's gotta be, and thanks to that, the hatch is busted. This is terrible. But hey, whoa, just look at this thing sparkle and shine. I don't know what this is, but I'm putting it in the hold. Oh, the woes of being silent protagonists who can't open their mouths and just tell them what's going on. Oh wait, these guys aren't silent protagonists. They could have just been like, oh, and just fix the entire problem right then and there. But no, we gotta have another obstacle in our way that stands between us and that Beanstar piece. Next time on Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga, we enter this ship and see if we can't get that thing. Or no, we'll see if we can get that thing. Gotta be optimistic. See you guys then.